I'm here. I'm here with a client of mine that I think you're really going to benefit on so many different levels. It was such a joy working with her, and I want you to get listen from her perspective, what she was struggling with, and what her experience was, what the outcomes were. So, first and foremost, thank you for joining me on this audio interview. Do you mind telling me what were you struggling with?
I've been struggling with anxiety in general in my life, but lately I had really been struggling with things like interview anxiety and presentation anxiety that were really interfering with me in my work. Plus, in addition to that, I had always had some emotional eating issues that I had been dealing with for about 20 years. So once he started helping me with the anxiety, we moved into the emotional eating issues as well.
And up to this point, before working with me, what did you try to solve or address the issue?
I've done, read self-help books, talking to mentors, support groups. I've done a lot of online reading and research. I've done traditional therapy multiple different times for multiple different reasons. And I've also taken anxiety medication.
So, since you talked about regular therapy, mainstream therapy, just tell me from your perspective, did you notice any difference with mainstream therapy and what I do?
Oh, it's completely different than mainstream therapy. I think in therapy, you're doing most of the talking while they ask you short probing questions. And George, instead, he gets all of the information from you ahead of time, ahead of each session, and then he does the research. And he, during your sessions, which are, mine have been longer than mainstream therapy, he's doing the talking while you're doing the listening and the practice. So he guides you through what he wants to take you through and teaches you different techniques instead of having you doing all the talk. And also, from all the therapists I've had, they've been nice, but George just seems to genuinely care about you as a person, and you can really feel that.
Oh man, thank you. I appreciate that. And so, was there a tipping point why you reached out to me?
I did. I had a really, really, really important interview coming up, and I was extremely anxious about it to the point I couldn't even talk about it. So some friends had recommended hypnosis, and I said, I've tried everything else, and even though I was skeptical, I reached out and I said, what can it hurt to try this?
And so, what was your experience working with me then?
You used so many different techniques every session, 10 different techniques to try to help me with the issue that we were focusing on that day. And you spent so much time understanding me ahead of each session. And my challenges and your questionnaires were really, really thought-provoking and helpful for me to get down everything on paper that I really was trying to work on. And you then tailored every session specifically to that issue that I wanted to work on. And each session was very different and with different techniques and different information. And you taught me so many different things, gave me facts and figures and also techniques and breathing exercises. And then we did hypnosis and meditation and manifesting and prayer work and so much more. So it was great.
Yeah, so that's one of the things that I do is I practice really advanced modalities of hypnosis and many other healing modalities. And you have noticed your symptoms have drastically changed?
Yeah, well, I would say in the past, 6 weeks or so from our sessions that we've done, little by little, I just notice little things that I'm noticing more and not doing things and noticing that I'm not doing things. And so it's not overnight, but it's so much quicker than traditional therapy, and it's been wonderful.
I really like what you're saying on this because just what you're sharing here is going to impact somebody's life. They're going to resonate with what you're saying. Did you have a certain amount of skepticism before reaching out to me?
Well, yeah, I've never done hypnosis before because I didn't I didn't really believe in it, but got to a point where I felt like I had tried everything else, and people two people had said, hey, try hypnosis. It could work with these kinds of things. And so I thought, what do I have to lose? So yes, I didn't quite believe in it. And when during our first session, you actually kind of taught me what hypnosis is and what it isn't, and what your hypnosis is that isn't, quacking like a chicken, or, doing things that are silly, but it's hypnotherapy, not gnosis.
Yeah.
So he, taught me the different how to think of it, and what I should be expecting and what I shouldn't be expecting, and it was much different than I expected.
When it comes to anxiety, quite often the person is actually already in hypnosis. They've hypnotized themselves to respond to life in a not optimized way, not in a not really positive way, which is really limiting, and really it's like you're imprisoning yourself. So in the beginning stages, I actually had to dehypnotize to help clear those things. Would you recommend anyone, if anyone's struggling with anxiety or confidence issue or anything, would you recommend them to reach out to me or hypnosis in general?
I would, and you can come with your skepticism, and he'll kind of teach you why not to be skeptical, and then just go through it and just be open to it. I mean, you can be skeptical, but you have to come in with an open mind and say, I'm gonna make the most of this. If I get a little out of it or a lot out of it, it's worth trying and seeing what you can get. But I definitely got a lot more out of it than I originally.
And you touched on a really powerful point, that openness of wanting to change. So you're getting to the point of dissatisfaction of where you are, and that's a beautiful spot to be in, because I want all my clients to lean into the process, not lean back, but lean into it. And that is where you take your life to a different level. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for being open, just being you, right? You are awesome. I'm telling you, you're a gift. You're such a gift to so many people, to the place you work, to your family, just on so many levels. And recognize that, all right? And I thank you for just doing this conversation with me right now.
Thank you, George. I'm definitely feeling more positive, and you've helped me to reframe my daily thoughts and do things different little by little. And I'm really looking forward to this next year.
You are so welcome.